Oh, wait a minute. Oh, no,
How you
I
doing?
was
This is
going
the
to jump.
Aaron Salter brand by Aaron Salter Bey. We are hosting a show with Minister Fuqua Bey from the Moorish Science Temple of America, Temple number 25. He's a divine and holy minister, and he has this great food resource for brothers and sisters that may be having hard times. Even if you don't have a hard time and you just like to support and get help, the brother is here. I really want to enlist him myself as emergency resources for any of the brothers and sisters out there that need help. He is a mobile resource, so he will be near you soon. So here you go without any further delay, Minister Fuqua Bey. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing absolutely fantastic, brother. How about yourself?
I'm absolutely doing great today.
That's great because we are creators and we make our own. Allah didn't make good days or bad days. He just made days, and it's up to us how we're going to take advantage of that.
Yes, sir. I absolutely agree to you. And I asked you to come here today
Yes, you did.
because I seen you last night, man.
Yes, well, you were
at
a
the
part
King
of it.
Homes.
Yeah. And you had brought your little daughter out there, and she was instrumental in helping to reach back to the public. That's important. We got to teach it to these young people, and these young people can ignite a spirit of helping their community and a spirit of helping the community as opposed to taking away from the community, destroying communities. They have to know that they have a resource that God Himself has given them, and it's on them to, it's partly on us to help activate that in them because they have to be taught. Because people comprehend the inner life by what they see and do. So they need to see good examples and be a part of good example. And this leaves a carbon imprint in their heart. So as they tend to mature and get older, they always have something to reflect on based upon something they did themselves. So yeah, it was a great thing.
So do you believe that a lot of people that do things, say like become a food resource or whatever, actually had a hard time with food and struggled with food themselves or went to, places like food pantries and things in order to get their food as well?
Well, a Blessed Hand Food Pantry is larger than a food pantry. That we actually provide other resources in the community. I have a number of volunteers to help in a number of different areas as far as counseling. They do CVI work, crime intervention work, things of this particular nature, because if you really think about it, a lot of times people are under the hierarchy of needs and they want to take care of things like their food and their shelter. That's almost primary in any given area, in any given mobile thing that have life in it. It needs food and it needs shelter. So we provide the food resource more than anything else, but we also have other resources, other things that we use and that we do annually. We have a coat drive. We give away hundreds of coats annually in December. We have a back to school supplies giveaway that we also do. We also go into the schools and the schools around the Detroit area and the Detroit area when it gets in a little bit more in the winter, and we give away hats and gloves to the students and also have some building and binding time with those young people. Primarily, we go to the elementary or the middle schools, and we reach out to our young people there because, see, when you little, you can lose a glove in a minute. It's nothing to leave a glove, leave a hat, things of this particular nature. So we found it necessary after seeing so many of our youth going to school and it didn't appear they had hats and gloves. So that really touched my heart. That I galvanized people to help come forth with some donations so we could actually reach out to that. And also, we have given away beds in the past and blankets, and we did not know, at least I personally did not know, how often so many children go home just to sleep on the floor. That was kind of unheard of in my time. I thought everybody had a mattress, even if they didn't have a bed, but they had a mattress on the floor. Brought to my attention that some of our young people don't sleep on mattresses. They sleep on floors and on blankets and things like this. And this became their norm. So we partnered with another group that was actually making beds, making wooden beds, and they had twin size mattresses they was giving away. So we partnered with them to be able to use them as a resource to help, families without beds. And those are the type of things that we would like to continue to service those type of needs with people, because it's all type of needs, but at the end of the day, you have a heart for it. See, it's got to be heartfelt. This ain't about trying to generate revenue so that you can pay a big staff or something like that. My staff haven't been getting paid for years because the payment is the payoff that's in their heart. See, they're genuine what they do. We served over 100,000 people during the time of COVID-19. We didn't shut down the pantry. We continued from day one. We never closed the pantry at all. Matter of fact, we stepped up our, serving the community, because many people, they was fear stricken, but we was faith driven.
What you mean by fear stricken?
They was fear stricken because they thought that the pandemic, or they thought that COVID-19 was in the air. They didn't know what to do, so they didn't want to go out. In other words, so they was fear. We was driven by faith, and when I say we was driven by faith, listen, if we had 10 people, one person caught COVID in the entire time, and having one-on-one, hand-on-hand with people. We actually loaded people's cars during that time. When other people like, hey, what are y'all doing? We had lines going around the block because other food pantries had shut down, a lot of resources had shut down. Matter of fact, the governor had shut down certain resource places too, but they didn't seem to bother us. We continued to serve our community.
How did the people react when they seen y'all out there?
They was very joyous. What are you talking about? They was very joyous. It seems like they found an oasis in the desert. They was like, "Whoa, man, you serious? Are you serious?"
I remember it wasn't nobody on the streets at that time.
No. It wasn't. People was going by, and they was, because we had the food outside, of course. They was taking a double take, and did I see food? Some stores were closed too, if you remember that. A lot of stores, most of the stores that was open was liquor stores. People still wanted to get sicker by their liquor, so they didn't care. They coming out for that liquor. They coming out for their liquor and their cigarettes. They coming out. They hitting the ground running. But other than that, when it came to nutritional value, we still had suppliers that were still supplying, because they still had food, and they had a little bit more of the food because the people wasn't coming in to get the food. So we kind of partnership with Trader Joe's, a little bit of Trader Joe's at that time, and they had a very nutritional lineup of food. So we were able to get that, and we made up bags, and they had a lot of pre-made salads and sandwiches, things like this. So it worked out extremely well, and the city overwhelmingly appreciated that. Like I said, we did over 100,000 families. We did over 100,000 families in that period of time.
And I done seen you something everywhere myself.
We mobile too, so that's another thing. I'm glad you mentioned that, because we're just not fixed. We have a fixed location, and we operate Tuesdays and Thursdays, but also we mobile. Hey, the spirit here is we on. That's our assignment. We out. Back then, we was in Ypsilanti, we was in Inkster, Ypsilanti, Flint, where else? Highland Park. We just moving around. We do move around. If we see this need, and it inspires us to go out and help the people, that's what we're gonna do. We get people that understand what the mission is. They understand the assignment, so they don't put us under a lot of restrictions, as you got to have a whole bunch of lists, and people got to live in this zip code. People hungry in every zip code.
Okay, so I want to ask you one question. Like during COVID, is that what actually spearheaded the mobile
No, we was operating
pantry?
before COVID.
Okay, I'm talking about like far as the mobile pantry though, like moving around.
No, kind of doing like COVID, we was more stationary.
Okay.
It wasn't until COVID kind of lightened up, we went mobile with it. But during time of COVID, people felt comfortable in the environment in which we was operating in. They felt comfortable there as opposed to really going other places. We moved around the city. I remember one year somebody gave me about 150 turkeys. 150 turkeys. That's a lot of turkeys, because it's only one to a family. So I said, you know what? We got to go mobile with this thing. So we pulled up. I'll never forget, one of our first places we pulled up is in Detroit, 7 Mile and Gratiot in the red zone over there. He said, it's the red zone. I said, okay, well, this what we need to be right here.
They need to eat too, right?
Everybody this is what we need to be right here. Because, when you're hungry and your nutritional value has been diminished, your mental capacity also follows suit in that same type of way. So we saying, I heard it a lot of times, I was just out here trying to feed my family. I was just out here trying to feed. Well, we're going to help in that process, I ain't going to just give you no words, because man don't live by words alone. So here it is. I'm going to give you some bread. I'm going to give you some meat to go along with that. I'm going to give you some other nutritional things that can help too. So it can empower men to feel like men again without per se putting in a day's work or can't find a job or something like that. You can still bring the groceries home because you still have a family you got to provide for. So primarily that's the operational mindset to help men keep their dignity and to maintain their dignity, and women too don't,
especially the ones just coming home, like
we have
some
return
that can't pass the felony, type of thing,
background checks and things
background
like that.
checking things like that.
So, but like I say, we encourage people to come out, get what we have. We also give away hygiene packages. As a matter of fact, next month I'm gonna be going to Mississippi. I'm going there next month. They have, I think it's the Lewis sisters. It's some sisters down in It was two of them, and they must have got like a governor's pardon, or the government let them out down there after serving, I think they said about 16 years or so. And they was the only two that released in over, they said, almost like in the history, and when you're talking about Mississippi. And they started a movement of Gladys and I think Jean. I get the exact names, of who it was, So I know I had a matter of fact that I was just speaking with them yesterday, and they want to put together 500 hygiene packages for the women down there. And I said, 500? They said, yeah, they got 500 females at one facility. And I was talking to her yesterday. She said, yeah, we got 500 at this one facility we're going to go to. But it's another facility got 3,000 women. I said, man, that stirred my heart. So I told her I would definitely be a participant in that particular process, man. I got to go. I got to go check on them sisters, man. She said, they ain't trying to let them out. They'll get paroles. They'll be slow to act. And sometimes Glenda Scott sisters, that's who they are, the Scott sisters. And down in Mississippi. I think it was Jean and Gladys. Glenda Scott. The Scott sisters, that's where they were at.
So tell me about the Action Network and everything.
National
that
Action
doing
Network.
With that.
Okay,
yes,
yeah.
Sir. Let me get on that one right now.
Yeah, I partnered with National Action Network, they operate on national platform with the Reverend Al Sharpton as the president, and they are fighting for injustices and inhumane conditions, and I thought that would be a great match to link up with them. So right now we have the Detroit branch of National Action Network that we coordinate different efforts with. Matter of fact, when we go down here to Mississippi, we're going to work in cooperation with them also to get some of the hygiene packages to the women. This is going to be there also, because it's injustices everywhere, sometime in plain view, right in our face. And, like this is kind of unheard of. When they telling me about these women, 500, you got these women, certain women don't have families and They say they got women down there that's been in there 30, 35 years.
So I want to ask you something.
These
So
type
what
of
makes you so empathetic to everything that everybody going through? Like I noticed you said that these women don't have that, and you out here serving as a food resource. What makes you so empathetic, man? What's been
I
put in
don't know
you?
what you mean, so empathetic. It's
Yeah, to
just
care.
that
Like a lot of people don't care. Let's be real. Like you be real. You said COVID. You know, a lot of people didn't want to come out and help. So you was out there helping. You seen who was out there. A lot of people really don't care.
right. Well,
A lot of people bitter. A lot of people didn't try to help people.
now that's a point.
And
right?
they didn't get, turned bitter, all type of stuff. So let me know
Let me tell you
what's
this here.
embedded in your DNA, man.
I'm gonna use a slogan
requires you
that
to
I
help.
heard you say one time. You
Okay.
say it's not about being bitter. It's about being better. All right, you want to be better than the bitter person because some of them are so suffering from emotional traumas, don't even know how they got there, and it frustrates them to try to leave from that place because they have been in that place for so long, it's become their norm. So they don't know how to escape the hell that they done built for themselves. So as a result of that and understanding those dynamics, because I've been a part of the struggle myself, dealing with different mental mindsets that have actually transformed my reality to look at life differently because I say just as well as I could do something negative, I can turn that and do something positive and be more of a benefit not only to myself because I'm my biggest fan. I have to be number one. I have to have my wellness. That's first and foremost. So I have to study where I'm at along the way and use that as a mirror looking at other people's conditions, saying, I used to be there. And I used to be there because that was a choice that I made. And I was in a trap also, like trapped in a maze. I was making a choice, but I wanted to blame other people because of my conditions. And that didn't help me elevate. It didn't even help me get out of the condition. I could blame all I wanted to blame, but at the end of the day, I'm still in quicksand. That's just it, So when you are willing to accept the responsibility, that's what's going to be necessary. Like, we say these days, my bag. See, we got to be willing to humble ourselves to a mind state like that to say, you know what, after I rethought it, because our emotions guide us sometimes. And when our emotions guide us, when our sense of reasoning kicks out, our emotions kick in, and just in 4 seconds, you can destroy your life and somebody else's life too, because we're so reactionary. So we need to be taught how to de-escalate. We need to have tools, mental tools, so we can bring ourselves down instead of somebody else. We in charge. Ain't nobody in charge of you. You in charge of you. So anytime you say what they made me do, what you evading the important issue. No, you made you do that. You got to own up to that. It's your responsibility. If that's the case, you still a slave. So you're a slave to that person's action. You his slave. What are you talking about? You say, yeah, you're right. And then we don't like to hear that. You his slave. Why? Because he can say something and make you act like you a puppet on the string. Hey, ugly, who you talking to? Man, keep it up.
And
Yeah,
people
that's the
doing
triggers
that, they
all
call
the
that
time.
what they call that baiting.
Yeah,
what they
all the
call
time,
it, rage
all the-
baiting, rage baiting. That's a
all
real
the time.
thing, man.
Rage baiting. I
Yeah,
believe
well,
that.
you baiting somebody to go off so you can catch them on camera or whatever.
Exactly.
Like that.
Oh yeah, it's plenty of that going. It's
Yeah,
plenty
it's
of
plenty
that.
rage baiting.
Yeah.
man.
So that's something you have to really be taught about.
Yeah, you got to be taught emotional intelligence.
That's it.
That's what I'm working on right
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
A course on emotional intelligence.
Yeah.
So that people.
I heard
that's-
that term, emotional intelligence. I'm not sure it sounds like a grab phrase to be emotional intelligence. How intelligent can you be with your emotions? I know this is that you don't want to destroy yourself, so you got to be able to self-contain your behavior. Nobody know you like you know yourself. And any time that you make a move in the wrong direction, you're getting ready to make the move before the move has been made. So if you can look and say, well, what do I feel just driving me? Usually it's your energy. Usually it's like a rage or electricity, Your heart gets to racing. It's like endorphins that's being released in the body. And then you attach them endorphins with violent behavior.
Yes.
So when they get to brewing, It's a fight or flight type of situation. The other person
It is. It really is.
They might not have any idea is what is getting ready to take place. But it's that baiting again, like you say. Some people, they don't even ever care if they get injured during the process because they feel they got you. A lot of entertainers had to have these classes.
Yes.
I see, because people constantly are trying to get money off of injury of any type. Oh, what you gonna do? You ain't gonna hit me, so they're gonna try to, degrade you in every type of way they can.
Right.
And dare you to say something or to do something. Why? Because I'm trying to bait you in. What do you call it? You call it what kind of baiting?
Rage baiting.
Rage baiting.
Yeah.
Rage
Yeah,
baiting.
they're trying to bring their rage out of you.
Yeah, well, it's rage. We all
That
got
monster,
a degree.
Mo. You know that monster.
We all
swinging
got
that
a degree of
sword.
rage
Yeah.
and a cage in us, but we like to keep it contained. We don't like to be braggadocious about that, because that rage can lead to your own destruction. It just can. You never know. People trying to bait you, and they already got it. They already, okay, what I need, these are the things that I need him to meet up to for me to be justifiable in doing something to him. So now what I need for him to do, I need for him to come across this imaginary line, and then I could say he violated my airspace and I was threatened by his presence. That allowed me to put a permanent solution to a temporary problem. I'm going to erase it. Rage baiting. So, yeah, we got a lot of that going on in society.
Yeah, I wish we could figure that out, man. Start applying more intelligence to it.
See, but it's figured out from this particular standpoint. You got to teach it. See, we can tell people this stuff all day. But now, like I say, it's like you being an actor. We got to teach you how to act. We got to teach this to you. That means it ain't just, here go the script, now you good. No, I'm in your face like 88. Now what you going to do? See, the mind does not know how to really separate that, even though you have some type of intelligence, like this is a test, but certain energies is going to follow a certain path. And when it follows that particular path, you feel it in you. It's a feeling you
But
get.
what emotional intelligence is not even putting yourself in the situation.
Oh, no.
Seeing it and be like, okay, let me miss this person.
I hear that.
I know that, you know what I'm saying, my energy don't connect with this type of energy, man.
Yeah, well, that sounds good.
Yeah.
But let's see how that works in real life.
With Karen, huh?
Yeah,
see how it work on the Karen,
yeah.
huh?
Let's see how that works in real life. Yeah, don't get in. Yeah, let's see how that works in real life. Real life.
Yeah.
Rage baiting. See, rage baiting, sometimes you like cornered, oh, man, look. Like you
It's
saying,
overwhelmed.
man.
What it is a lot of people be overwhelmed and they being out of alignment and they be, adjusting to stuff they shouldn't be adjusting to.
I would agree with that.
And it turns into them just outlashing or, taking that fight or flight situation and taking the fight way out of it, man. So with me personally, from being in a situation like that, I noticed that you can't suppress bitterness. You can't suppress it. Like, we can think it, even with my slogan, better not bitter.
Right.
Like, you can't completely eliminate bitterness or the lower self out of the equation, because the reason you acting,
a part of you.
Yeah, the reason you acting out and being overwhelmed like that is because you hiding a portion of yourself that you shouldn't be hiding.
Well, I don't know.
Something that you need to deal with.
I think you should hide it.
It's letting you know.
You should hide it. I don't agree with you shouldn't. You should hide it. It's certain things that you don't want other people to be conscious of. You don't want to reveal that to everybody. So you should keep it hidden, because rage baiting again. You see, certain things may trigger you in certain kind of ways. So some people may be able to say a lot. Some people can say one thing and it starts the clock ticking. So you need to keep that concealed. You need to, it's a demon. Look, your inner me is your inner me. It's inside you. It ain't on the outside. We ain't fighting these devils here. We fighting the devil from within, because that's going to be the trigger. That's trigger.
Yourself.
Trigger, that's it. So now you got to ask yourself, man, why am I so angry? Why am I so upset when this individual is non-consequential to me? This situation ain't. But it's that energy just flowing in us at the time. And it has to have something to do with our reflection in the mind as to what set it off. What's setting this off in me that I feel this fight or flight? What is it that I must do? And now I can get into what you're saying, emotional intelligence. Intelligence is saying, why should that matter to you? Why should that matter to your emotions? What is in that formula that matters to your emotions? What is it? You know,
What
that's what you have
triggered
to
me?
answer.
What triggered me like
Yeah,
that?
that's what
So
you
I
should
can break
ask your
that
question.
trigger. So I can break it.
That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right.
Yeah,
That's right.
definitely. So it was great having this part one of our session together. I hope you can come back one of
I
these
look
days.
to come back. I look to
And
come back.
I know
Yeah.
you got a documentary coming out pretty soon.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Projected probably January the 8th.
That'd be,
try to have
that'd be
it
an
out
extra
for,
day. That'd be an excellent day, January the 8th. So many wonderful things, wonderful memories run through my mind when I think of January the 8th. It's a very festive time among us as being Moorish Americans and the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Very, yeah.
Anything you got to say with this last 2 minutes to all of the brothers and sisters out there that maybe, you know what I'm saying, ashamed or whatever to come and get help from a food resource or anything like that? They might be nervous they first time. They might have it all the time but just don't have it 1 week or whatever. Is there any way they can get to you and get some things that they need?
In the last 2 minutes, all I was thinking in my mind is a 2-minute warning. That's it. That's a 2-minute warning. Let them know, hey, you got a few minutes to get there before the pantry closed. The pantry operates from 3:30 to about 5:36, Tuesdays and Thursdays at 15874 Wyoming. So anybody come out, don't make a difference to your gender, your age, your nationality, or whomever. You can come out and you can be entitled to whatever we have to offer during that period of time. And we have some pretty good items periodically, especially produce items. Like right now we got some zucchini, we got some butternut squashes, we got
some greens
potatoes.
one time.
Yeah, you sure did. We got these other items I'm speaking about. We got these today: cantaloupe, melon, butternut squash, zucchini, potatoes, and onions. So those are the things. We might even have some rice. I think I've seen some bags of rice. We might even have rice. Got that in today too. So yeah, it's these type of things that hold that definite value. So I look to come back and be a part of the show here. Brother Salter Bey, you're doing a great job here.
Thank you.
And I am really proud of you and the avenue that you're taking to get information out to our people.